Why is it that you can be consistent for a few days, maybe even a few weeks, and then one stressful moment, one bad weigh-in and an emotional day, and suddenly you're thinking, I can't do this, and you stop, and then you restart on Monday? If that cycle feels familiar, this isn't a calorie issue. It's not a protein issue. It's not that you don't know what to do. It's that you haven't broken the pattern underneath your behavior. And today, I want to go a little bit deeper than food. I want to talk to you about the patterns that keep pulling you back, because once you see them, you can then finally change them. First, we're going to look at your weekly reflection. Are you actually reflecting each week? Not just saying it was a good week, it was a bad week, but actually asking what worked, what didn't work, and more importantly, why didn't it work? Because if you don't reflect, you repeat. Most women don't lack effort, they lack awareness. They feel like they fell off, but when you break it down, it's usually one of three things. First, was it hunger and you felt discomfort, so you ate more to escape it? 2, was it stress or emotion, so you used food to self-soothe? Was it overwhelm and you default back to old habits? This is about pattern awareness, because every time something feels hard, your brain pushes you towards relief, not progress, relief. Relief might look like snacking, skipping tracking, ordering takeaway, saying things like stuff it. Your brain's job is to keep you comfortable. It does not care about your 12-month goals. So if you're not reviewing your patterns weekly, you are unsubconsciously rehearsing them weekly. And once you start reflecting properly, you'll notice something uncomfortable. It's not that you don't know what to eat. It's that when things feel hard, you escape instead of sitting in it. And that brings us to the real skill, learning to sit in discomfort. Weight loss requires discomfort at times. Hunger, boredom, saying no, not emotionally eating, not grabbing something just because it's there. The goal isn't to avoid discomfort. The goal is to stop running from it. We live in a world where discomfort is solved instantly. Hunger, we eat. Bored, you might scroll. Stress, we snack. Tired, eat sugar. Upset, turn to wine. So when you go into a deficit and feel uncomfortable, your brain says, something is wrong. Let's fix it. But discomfort does not mean you're doing it wrong. It means you're building capacity. And here's the reframe. You already do hard things every day. You raise kids, you go to work, you manage your family, you carry the mental load. You can sit with hunger for 20 minutes. You can sit with an urge and not act on it. You aren't fragile. You're just not practiced at staying in the discomfort without escaping it. And skills are built through repetition. This is where people misunderstand weight loss. They think it's about food, but it's actually about identity. Because if you don't change how you respond to discomfort, you'll keep responding the same way, no matter what plan you follow. And that's why your why has to go deeper. Your why has to be deeper than weight loss. I want to lose 10 kilos. That's not enough, because the scales will test you. It will fluctuate, it will stall, it will move slower than you like. And if your only anchor is a number, you will fold when it doesn't reward you. So the better question is, who do you want to be? Do you want to be someone who overeats when they're stressed, uses food to suppress emotions, quit when it gets uncomfortable, restarts every Monday? Or do you want to become someone who doesn't overeat anymore, doesn't use food to numb emotions, shows up when it's uncomfortable, has food freedom, can eat out with the mental gymnastics, models healthy habits for your kids? The goal isn't just a smaller body, it's a different relationship with food and a different relationship with yourself. Once you understand who you're becoming, your decisions shift, not emotionally, intentionally. And that flows directly into how you eat. Eating to fuel versus eating because you feel like it. It's okay to eat for enjoyment sometimes, but during fat loss, not every meal needs to be exciting. Some meals are simply fuel. We've just normalized the idea of every meal needs to be crave-worthy, different, exciting. So when it's simple, people feel deprived. But food is fuel first, enjoyment second, especially in a deficit phase. And remember, this isn't forever, it's just temporary. And right now, I'm in a deficit, and yes, it's hard sometimes. So I pre-frame it mentally. I told myself, this will be hard. I will expect hunger at times. So when it shows up, I'm not surprised by it. I simplify my food, same breakfast, same lunch, and then family dinners are flexible, because decision fatigue kills consistency. When you reduce thinking, you reduce emotional decisions. And emotional decisions are where people spiral. Now, this is where people will say, okay, but I feel overwhelmed. Exactly. So instead of trying to be more disciplined, we just reduce the overwhelm. And this brings me to simplify your food to remove the chaos. If you are sick of thinking about food, stop overcomplicating it. Eat the same breakfast for a week, eat the same lunch for a week, rotate your dinners, and then change it up the next week. Some of our clients create a monthly cadence if you want. 1 week to be smoothies for breakfast, chicken and salad for lunch. Week 2, we do omelets for breakfast, tuna wrap for lunch. Week 3 might be overnight oats for breakfast and a sandwich for lunch. Week 4, you might do Weet Bix or eggs for breakfast and a salad bowl or a stir fry for lunch. And then family dinners, have 2 to 3 staple meals every week and then rotate the rest. Save your favorites and build a shopping list. Less thinking equals less variance, more consistency. Consistency builds confidence and confidence builds identity. Identity sustains results. This isn't about restriction. This is about structure because chaos feeds emotion and structure protects progress. And even with structure, emotions will still hit. So let's talk about that. Ask for help when emotions hit. There will be days when you think, I can't do this, I've stuffed it, I'm not good at this. And most women get this moment wrong. They go quiet, they withdraw, and then they avoid. They try to push through it alone, and then they start spiraling. And then they reset later. That moment when you feel like quitting is the most important moment. That's when you need interruption. That's when you need perspective. And this is exactly where most women fall off track. Not because they don't care, but because when emotions hit, they don't have support. And this is one of the biggest differences inside our coaching. We don't wait till someone has fallen off. We catch it early. When someone says, I feel overwhelmed, I feel like quitting, we work through the emotion, the trigger, the pattern, the behavior. We don't just adjust calories, we adjust the thinking. Because when you can catch it early, you stop the spiral before it becomes another restart. And that's how our clients keep moving forward instead of starting over. If you want high-level one-on-one coaching with 24/7 accountability to help you lose the next 20 kilos and actually change your patterns, you can apply through the link below. We don't just give you numbers, we give you a plan that flexes week to week with your life. We adjust when things are stressful, we work through your emotions, and we build habits that last. And we want to make this the last time you ever have to try and lose weight, because constantly restarting every Monday, it's exhausting. And you deserve better than that cycle. Now, whether you join us or not, you still need to understand something. You cannot outsource awareness. You cannot outsource reflection or sitting in discomfort. Coaching accelerates it, but the work still requires honesty. Progress compounds through reflection, pattern awareness, discomfort tolerance, deeper identity, and simplified structure. Early support, not perfection, repetition. The women who succeed are not the most motivated. They're the ones who stay. They stay when it's uncomfortable, when it's boring, and when the scales don't reward them. And eventually, the hard things become normal. And when they become normal, this stops feeling like a battle. If you're watching this and thinking, okay, I get the mindset, but I still don't understand how to structure a proper calorie deficit, then go and watch this video right here, because education matters too. You need to understand how to set your calories up properly, how to hit your protein and fiber targets, how to structure your day so you're not starving at 3 p.m. and go wild on the snacks. And if you combine the education from that video and the mindset tools I've given you today, you'll be set up for success. But if you want it personalized, if you want accountability, you want someone to catch those blind spots before they turn into another spiral, apply for coaching below and let's stop restarting. Let's stop the all or nothing cycle and let's make this the last time you ever have to try and lose weight.